Gldr and the German Flag by Rudyard Kipling. Hans Breitmann paddled across the deck in his pink pajamas, a cup of tea in one hand and a cheroot in the other, when the steamer was sweltering down the coast on her way to Singapore. He drank beer all day and all night, and played a game called Scarret with 3 compatriots. "I have washed," said he in a voice of thunder, "but there is no use in washing on these hell seas. Look at me, I am still wet and unsweating. It is the dirty that makes me so. Boy, bring me Pilsner on ice." "You will die if you drink beer before breakfast," said one man. "Beer is the worst thing in the world for—"
"Ja, I know, the liver. I have no liver, and I shall not die. At least I will not die upon these Benny Decemers that have no beer fit to drink. If I should have died, I would have done so 100 times before now, in Germany, in New York, in Japan, in Assam, and all over the inside parts of South America. Also in Jamaica, should I have died, or in Siam, but I am here, and there are my orchids that I have drafted all the world round to find."
He pointed towards the wheel where, in 2 rough wooden boxes, laid a mass of shriveled vegetation, supposed by all the ship to represent Assam orchids of fabulous value. Now orchids do not grow in the main streets of towns, and Hans Breitmann had gone far to get his. There was nothing that he has not collected that year, from king crabs to white kangaroos.
"Listen now,"
said he, after he had been speaking for not more than 10 minutes without a pause.
"Listen, and I will tell you the story to show you how bad and worse it is to go collecting, and believe what another fool hath said. This was in Uruguay, which was in America, north or south you would not know, and I was hunting orchids and after things else that I could bring back in my canvas, that is traveling specimen gases. There was then met me another man, Gldr, that was his name, and he was hunting also, but only coral snakes, just Uruguay coral snakes, after kind you could imagine. I could tell you a coral snake is a beauty, all red and white like a coral dot has been gestrung in bands upon the neck of a girl. There is one snake, however, that we do collect, know as the German flag, because it is red and black and white, just like a sausage mit truffles. Gldr, he was naturalist, good man, good drinker, better than me. By God, said Gldr, I will get a German flag snake or I will die. And we turned all Uruguay upside down because of that German flag. One day when we was in none knows where, showing our hummocks among the woods, up comes a native woman mit a German flag in a pickle box bottle. My pickle bottle, and we both fell from our hummocks flat upon our pot, what you call stomach, mit shoy this at this. Now I was collecting orchids also, and I know that their idea of life to Gldr was this German flag. Therefore I picked myself up and said, Gldr, that is your find. Heart's true friend, thou is a good man, said Gldr. And mit as he opens the pickle bottle, and their native woman, she squeals, oh God, it will bite. I say, because in Uruguay a man must be careful of their insects. Gldr schiffelgatted her in alcohol, and then she will be all right. 9, said Gldr. I will the snakes after examine. There's no fear. The coral snakes are made out shing apparis profane. But I looked at her head, and she was the head of a poisonous snake, the true viper, cranium narrow and contract. It is not good, said I. She may bite, and then we are 300 miles from afterwhere, anywheres. Produce the alcohol and pickle him after life. Gldr, he had him in his hand, growling and growling, as slow as a worm and twice as quiet. Nonsense, said Gldr. Yet have said that not one der coral snake der half a snake of poison. Yeats was der great authority upon the reptile of South America. He hath written a book. You do not know, of course, but he was a great authority. I gum my eye upon the Sherman flag, growlin' and growlin' in Gldr's fist, and der het was not der het of innocence. Mein Gott, I said, if you will not get der sack from this life here below, then you may have der snake, said Gldr, patting it upon her head. See now, I will show you what Yeats hath written. And mit dot, he went into his tent and brung out his big book of Yeats, der Sherman flag growling in his fist. Yeats hath said, said Gldr, and he throwed open the book in der fork of his fist, and read der passage, proven conclusively that nerf coral snake was a poison. Then he shut the book mit a bang, and that squeezed der Sherman flag until she nips once and twice. The little fool, he hath bit me, said Gldr. These things was before we know about der permanent potash injection. I was discomfortable. Die oop der arm, Gldr said, and think whiskey until you can think no more think. Think them 1,000 devils. I will go to dinner, said Gldr, and he put her fay, and it was very writ mit emotion. We lifted upon soup, horseflesh, and beans for dinner. But before we'd eaten der soup, Gldr he hath hold of his arm and cry, "It is genuine the clavel. I am a dead man, and Yeats he hath lied in print." I tell you it was most sad, for the symbols dot came was all those strychnine. He was doubled into big knots, and then undoubled, and then redoubled, much worse more than before, and he frothed. I was mit him, saying, "Gldr, do you know me?" But he himself, the inward consciousness part, was beyond knowledge, and so I know he was not in bane. Then he roped himself up in a tremendous knot, and then he died, all alone mit me in a grey. I was sorry, for I loved Gldr, and I buried him. And then I took the coral snake, that Sherman flag, so bad and treacherous, and I pickled him alive. So I got him, and I lost Gldr. That is Gldr and the German Flag by Rudyard Kipling. More videos later.